A human being requires three essential things to live. The first and most important is, of course, air. A human being would die in just 3 minutes without air. The second is water. Around 60% of the human body consists of water. This essential liquid of life is vital, and the average human being can survive up to 3 days without it. And finally, food. Although a person can survive up to 3 weeks without any food, our bodies require food for nutrition, energy, growth, and health. Why is it that with all the advances that have been made in the world, that people today are more sick than ever before? The rate of obesity has risen by 100% over the last 30 years and is rising even more rapidly now. The National Cancer Institute says that 38.4% of people will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. That's nearly half the world. Along with all these health problems, many people today are also dealing with depression and anxiety. But how can food contribute to sickness and depression? To understand the problems we face today, we need to be conscious of the things that have changed around the world. Technology, social media, music, movies, food, water, air. All of these things play a part, as you will learn in later episodes, inshallah. For now, let's look at food. Today we live in a capitalist world that is filled with greed, disease, and deception. Money is the main motivation of the food industry. Your health and well-being is not. The food industry provides beautiful branding and visuals on their products to entice the customer into consuming things that are completely unnatural. Let me give you an example. Did you know that vanilla and raspberry flavors are enhanced in many products using a mixture of anal secretions and urine from beavers? And this is all FDA approved and categorized under natural flavoring. Whoever decided to taste what comes out from the behind of a beaver is clearly not a sane person. Yet we let these very people flavor the food we find sold in our supermarkets. Scientists in labs can create fake artificial flavors of any kind without adding any real fruit flavor to it. If they are generous, they'll add a few drops of real fruit so that they can label it as natural and sell it to those who avoid purely artificial flavors. Most processed and packaged foods contain hardly any nutrients for the body. This is why so many people in the world today are starving while they are overweight. But how is that possible when their stomachs are full? Well, unfortunately, they have been deceived by the food industry. Processed sugars are found in nearly everything in the supermarket. They have given these refined sugars many different names, so the consumer remains unaware. What the refined sugars do is stimulate the appetite and encourage the consumer to keep eating. But since the food lacks nutrition, the body keeps demanding more because it remains starved of nutrition. This is how you create an obese population, a population of pure consumers addicted to the beautiful artificial and fake flavors that will lead to sickness and fatigue. So what is the solution? We encourage our viewers to really think about what they are putting into their bodies. Take some time to study and learn about proper nutrition. The body does not require much food, but it requires quality food. And quality food is real natural food, organic, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intended for us. When I was a young child, everything was organic. But then they introduced the fake altered, hormone-injected, genetically modified foods full of pesticides and poisons. Back then, those toxic foods had to be labeled clearly and most people avoided them. But when they dropped the prices of the impure foods, people began to consume the impure over the pure real food, simply for the dollars of this dunya. We consume the abused and tortured caged animals over the natural organic ones because we saved $1. Let me tell you, when everyone has that same mindset, organic will die and everything will be poisoned. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us people of understanding who realize the reality of this earth. This reality will hurt many people, and many will not give up this consumer-based mentality because it has become ingrained within them. But know that every action has a consequence. And that consequence may be your health, which subhanallah is priceless. When you do good, the results are good. And when you do evil, the results are evil. This is Allah's system of justice. We will end by reminding you that there are two categories of food for a believer. One is halal, and every Muslim knows this. But how many Muslims obey Allah when He has told us to eat that which is tayyib? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O humanity, eat from what is lawful, halal, and pure, tayyib, on the earth, and do not follow Satan's footsteps. He is truly your sworn enemy. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us clearly in this verse that we should eat from that which is not only halal, but also pure and good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and grant us all understanding.